Welcome to the game development video of GDevelop 5. So let's continue with our game. And now I will open my stage 1. So last time we made an animated health bar and we put some sprites for points and coins, and we have put the text. So we yet have to bind the text with the variable. So let's do that, and we will do that right here. Add action, text object, modify the text, and this should be the point text first is equal to, and the variable should be the global variable, which is points. Apply and OK, and same thing for the coins. Text object, modify the text, coin text equal to variables text of a global variable, and that will be coins. Apply, OK. So we have bound these text rights to our variables. So now their value will change as points change. But right now we are not really incrementing the value of the point and coin variable. But the host actually has variables called points and coins, which will tell how much coin one host is worth. So wait, let me shift the camera. So now you should click on these three dots, edit object variable, and you can see there is a point variable and there is a coins variable, and both of them have some value. So that's good. That means that when you kill that ghost, they will give you 10 points and 1 coin. So that's okay. And we just have to increment the value, which we are not doing right now, but let's do that. So now I will go to my events. So we will do that when the ghost is dying. So when is the ghost dying? When the health of ghost is less than equal to 0. So at this point the ghost is dying. So at this in these actions we need to put the action for increasing the value of points and coins. So let's add an action, variable value of a global variable, and points plus, and value should be an object variable. Object is our host orb, and variable is points. Apply. That's how it will work. Click on OK. And now again one more for coins. Change the global variable coins, and global variable value of a global variable, and coins, and plus, and then go here, common expression, variables, objects variable, and ghost or white coins variable. Apply. OK. So now we have changed the values of both points and coins, and they will be updated whenever we kill a ghost. So we can test that out right now. So you can so yeah, our variables were being updated. So I noticed that the game over that I noticed many things. One thing is that the ghosts are coming very fast. So we did that just to test our dying animation. So let's undo that. Let's not make the ghost come so fast. So let's go to our game settings, global variables, and total number of ghosts should be 3, because it we will update that as the game becomes more difficult. And what else was there? Total number of ghosts. I think that was it. Apply, cross, save, and let's play and see. Yeah, that's better. 3 ghosts. Oops, I'm not able to get any of them, but they are able to hit me. Wrong timing, eh? I will just wait for a ghost that. Yep, I hit one. So my coins and points increased. Oh shit, no, died. So the game is not very easy. It's kind of difficult. And some ghosts are coming at a very high altitude. So we need to fix that, and we can fix that easily by going to our variables and global variables. Ghost spawn X position is fine. Now ghost spawn Y position offset. Let us decrease the offset to 300 and see what effect it will have on the position of spawning. That's okay, I think 300 is okay. So they are not spawning too high, neither they are spawning too low. However, I think I should have increased it instead of decreasing it. Cause yeah, because y decrease increases as we go down in computer graphics. Yeah, so that's much better. I believe I can kill that ghost which comes at the very bottom. Oops, two of them. The game. Oh, oh no. They are kind of fast. Let us decrease their speed a little bit, and for that we need to go to the objects variable. So let's do that. Edit object speed minus 600. I will do it minus 400 at first. So that's okay. It will work. We don't need to check that. But what we do need to check is, what we do need to do now is that I want to have some animation whenever points and coins are updated. You know, uh, first thing which I will do is that whenever you will kill a ghost, it will scatter into several particles. So I want to create a particle effect whenever we kill a ghost, and maybe shake the camera a little bit so that we can have a nice effect of, you know, nice impactful effect that, oh, we killed a ghost, right? Let's do that. And where was the ghost dying? Here, health of ghost. So here, can I summon some particles? I'm just yeah, that there it is, particle system, common. Can I not create a particle system? Advanced setup, recreate particles. I think I will have to create some particle sprite and then summon it. Like I cannot dynamically create particle sprites, I believe. Objects, create an object. I still have to choose what to create. So I will now create a particle sprite let's do that. Click on plus and particles emitter. I will call it ghost particle because these are the particles from which ghosts are made of. Because when ghosts will die, these particles will be scattered. White color starting color and black color ending color. Opacity 0. That's okay. Maximum number of particles, I think 100 should be enough. Number of particles in tank -1 for infinite flow of particles. Gravity is very important. Gravity 10. Gravity, sorry, 10 on y axis, not on x axis. Friction, particle end size. Okay, this looks okay, but spray cone angle 90 degrees. Okay, we need to first see how it looks like when we summon it. Apply. So ghost particle has been made. Let me now create a ghost particle whenever ghost is dying. So for that, let me do this here. In this condition, the ghost is dying. So add action and create. I think I will simply create an object. That object will be ghost particle. X position will be the position of the ghost position. X position of which object? Ghost orb. Apply, and then Y position of ghost orb white dot Y. There it is. And what is this? Layer, spawn layer. Okay. So the particle will be spawned here, and whenever the ghost will die. So let's see if it is getting spawned at all or not. Let's see. It is getting spawned, but it's not quite like how we imagined, right? It's different, very different, and so I believe that I will have to edit this. For that, I believe I will have to edit this ghost particle. Now, what should we do so that it doesn't spray it the way it is spraying it? First of all, minimum number of particles, maximum number of particles 10. Particle size should be bigger, I guess 8. And number of particles in tank 10. Flow of particles per second 45. Okay. Minimum emitter force 0. No, not 0. 5, 10. Maximum emitter force 85. Okay. Spray cone angle. Now, spray cone angle. At which angle should the particles be thrown? I believe it should be 360. Radius of the emitter 3 is okay. Gravity on y-axis 10. Friction. But the gravity was not working very properly, I believe. I wonder if what will happen if I choose 100. Friction on particles. Particle minimum lifetime, maximum lifetime. Okay, apply. I believe now we will have limited number of particles. Let's try. That was good. That was amazing. That's exactly what we wanted. But maybe with a little more force and maybe little more particles and smaller particles. So let's again click on this, and we what we need is smaller particles and a little more of them, like 20 will be enough. 20. And emitter force a little bit more, 30 to 85. I 85. What if I do it 100 to 100, 100 to 150? What will happen then? And gravity on x-axis, cool. Okay, yeah. Let's apply. Let's save, and let's play it again. Good, but smaller, even smaller particles, and even faster. So their force should be very high. Even smaller means maybe 3. Actually, what it like was 200, 200 to 200, because the force should be same, I believe. And then they will fall down because of gravity also. I think gravity should be 200, 200 or something, maybe 600. Let's see what happens if gravity is 600, and then apply. Let's see, let's play. So that was good. I think I will increase the radius a little bit. Radius of emitter 10, and number of particles 40. 40. Force is good, and 10 radius, number of particles 40. And yeah, that's I think that's good enough. And force is good enough. Apply. Let's test it out. And yeah, I need a little bit bigger particle. I think 4 will be good. Apply, save, and test it. So I think it's running for a long time. I guess I will decrease the number of particles to 10. 10. And size should be 5 or 4. 4 is okay. And now let's see. But looking good. And I have increased the size to 6 and the radius to 100 I believe, and increase the emitter force. No, let's try, let's see. And yeah, ending color is white. Apply, save. Is too much. 50 would okay. 50 radius, and opacity is this much. I think that's okay. And now I want to shake the camera when you destroy the ghost. And ghost is destroyed, that is at this point, ghost or white. I want to shake the camera. So how to do that? Let's see, add action. I wonder if there is a function using which I can vibration. No. Video. No. There should be a camera. Layers and cameras. Effects. Uh, enable layer effect. Base layer effect. What effect? Uh, let me see if there are some effect. Shake, vibrate, effect, camera. Okay, I seen. Dialog tree, Facebook instant game, common expressions, text entry. There are no effects. Enable an effect on a layer. What effect? Like you, I mean, they should have some inbuilt effects, right? Uh, what is there in vibration? For this is for mobile phones. Yeah, maybe on mobile phones when the ghost is killed, we will start some vibration so that they know that they have done something. Okay, there is no effect for that, I believe. Layers and cameras, time effect, enable layer effect. Okay, I don't know. Maybe let's check it out. I just wrote it. I mean, I don't know if that exists. So let's not do that. On mobile phones, we will add a vibration thing. But right now, let's not do that because I think I will find out how to do some layer effects. I mean, shake effects, vibrations, or yeah, that's what we will do. Add effect. Okay, I can add some effect here. What I did was I clicked here, open the layers editor, add effect. I will add effect to base layer. Effects can change how it is rendered. No effects applied in effect. Effect name effect. Choose the effect to apply. Oh, I have lots of effects here. Uh, they are just image effects. I mean, will it zoom, blur, twist, tilt, pixelate, old film noise, Kawase blur, displacement. Hmm. Top shadow, noise. No, pixelate. No. Okay, let's not do it. But that's how you can add some effects on layers. So let's not do it. I will not do it right now. One effect. When did I add an effect? I should delete it. Okay. Let's not do that. Now we are able to spawn some particles when the ghost is being destroyed. But along with that, I also want to spawn another particle which will go and mix with your coin icon, and then the coin icon will flash, right? And then your point will be increased. So how is that? That will be good, I believe. But first, let's search on Google how to add a camera shake. Or wait, let me first make that coin effect very quickly. Create a new object which is a sprite. New object. I will call it coin particle and add animation. Call it default. Edit with Pascal. I will circular coin. So I have added a new coin particle, and now let's do something. When the ghost will die, they will summon a coin particle. Create an object, coin particle, exposition of ghost, exposition of ghost orb, and exposition of y position of ghost orb, y position of ghost orb, there, right, and layer, spawn layer, okay. So it will be spawned, but it will not do anything yet. So how to make it do something? So let's make it move towards our uh, coin icon, right? So movement, add a force to move towards an object is coin particle, target object is coins, speed, uh hmm permanent speed, I think speed should be 100. Yeah, yeah, okay, I will click on OK. And when this coin particle will collide with coins, the coins should show an animation as well, but we will do that later. First let's see if the coin is being summoned or not. It is being summoned, it's very slow, so 1000, it has to be super fast. And yeah, when it collides with the coin, we should delete it, right? So after this, let's add a condition, add condition, and collision, collision, object, our ghost coin particle, and coins. Ignore object. Okay. When they collide, I will delete coin particle. Objects, delete an object. Which object? Coin particle. Okay. Then it will be deleted. And I was increasing the value of coins right here, but now I will increase it when it collides. That will be more fun to watch, to look at. Cut it and then paste it. Change the global variable coins. So now it should be very interesting. So yeah, it's working. But I think I want to give it a little bit trajectory, right? Add some force towards, like it should go in a curve and not straight up. Can we do that? Let's see. A permanent force of 1000 pixels per second is being applied towards the coins, and a little bit force can be applied towards the positive x axis, towards the girl. Little bit, not a lot. It will make a curve. So let's do that. Movement, add force towards an object. The object is point particle, target object is Ninja girl, and speed, which it should be a permanent force. No, not a permanent force. It should be a temporary force. Speed should be 2000. Now it will show a trajectory or something. I mean, a curve. It will go in a curve. Hopefully. Yeah. So let's test it. And collide with it. So yeah. And even though it was an instant force, it didn't show me a trajectory, but it just went. Uh, add a force to move towards a position, or just add a force. Speed on x-axis 200, speed on y-axis 0. Instant force. Let's see what it does, if at all it does anything. So yeah, we I think it can be some way, but I want a trajectory like this. Uh, I think a little bit force should. What if I choose it to be 2000 and minus? And that will be an instant force, like not a permanent force. Or should I? Yeah, let's see if it finally reaches the position or it deviates from it. Let's keep it simple. Let's not do that. Let's just add a force of 1000 pixels. I will try to figure out how to make a trajectory, a curve, I mean a locus basically. So you can think of it as a locus. I mean the shape of an ellipse, and the coin is following the edge of the ellipse and reaching to that to 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 that point. So I think we, we can do it in some way by we of course we'll have to use some physics and mathematics for that. So should we do that? Should we kind of use it and see what? First, let me animate the coin, because I have to do that too. Whenever it will hit the coin particle, it will animate flash, right? So let's do that. Default and add an animation which is flash. Edit with Piskel or add. I will add because I want the same sprite. It should be here somewhere. Default. I think it's this one. 64 cross 64. Yes. Open. And now I will edit with Piskel. I will color. and I made the animation. So now let's apply it. Where was it hitting? Yeah, when coin collides with the coin particle collides with the coins, right? Yeah. So why has the color of coins changed? I need to edit it again, I believe. Little bit. First thing, I will change this. What is this? This should not be here. I will add a yellow colored coin. This one, and I will delete this. And I delete. Wait, I will go with Pixel and delete this. Save this. That's better. I think I need to add one more frame here. Scale. That's better. 4 frames for each color, and so yeah, that's better. Let's change the animation. Right, animation. Change the animation for coin. No, no, not for coin particle. For coins, animation name is flash, and click on OK. And when the animation is over, add one condition here, and that is when the animation is over. Right, animation finished. Coins. Then switch back to the original animation. Change the animation for the coin and go back to default. So yeah, that will work, hopefully. Let's see if it does. So yeah, it's working. Same thing we will do for points, but we will do it a little bit differently, because there will be several particles for point, and yeah, there will be several of them. So, but I will create only one particle and I will just duplicate it many times. So if the ghost is giving 10 points, 10 particles should go to the point, right? Yeah, yeah, that should be the case actually. So let's create another uh, sprite, and we'll call it point particle, same as coin particle, and I will call it default animation. Edit with Pascal. So I made a point particle, so let's do the same thing for the point particle. Yeah, it's a smaller particle. I have made the size to be 16 cross 16. So let's do the same thing, almost the same thing. When the ghost is destroyed, I will create it and move it with the force. But now I think we have to create uh, more than one particle. Can I make a for loop? For loop functions. I think there should be a loop or something. Audio function. Control flow. It should be in control flow. There is no for loop. Structure. No. Control flow. For I will just search for some for loop. Maybe I'll have to iterate through an array or something. Let's see what kind of logic they have. Loop, loop a video. Point particle. Wait, health is destroyed. I think if I have to create many particles and create it with the for loop. Wait, let me see if I can create several particles of one type. Objects. Pick all instances. Okay, no. Hmm. Yeah. So when the ghost is destroyed, I will have to basically, you know, start, initialize some variable and it will be updated every frame. And then that variable will count how many particles have been created. So I will have to do it that way, I believe. I don't think there is any other way to do it because I don't find any for loop. Because of course, whatever loop it will be, it will run every frame. And it's not necessary that this condition is true every frame, which it is, but let's just do it their way. Okay, a variable to tell that I have to create 10 particles, but let's not do that. It will be kind of difficult to do, I believe. So let's create just one particle and then move it similarly in the way we are moving the coin particle. Objects, create an object, point particle. Now x position will be objects, sorry, not object, position, x position of ghost orbit, and then y position of wait, y position of ghost orbit, white, lie, and layer spawn layer, and both coin and point particle will go different directions, right? So movement, apply a force towards an object, thus point particle and the target object is points. Speed in, I think it was 1000. Permanent force. Is it permanent force? Yeah, it is permanent force. Permanent force here also. And then after this, I will add condition for point. So let me add that collision between point particle and points happens. Then I will delete the point particle object, delete an object point particle, and I will increment the value of points. So let's just copy it from, cut it from here and paste it. And now I also want to animate the points. So let's I will just make an animation very quickly here. How big is it? Wait. So I made the animation and I will add the force of 800 so that it is a little slower than the point particle, otherwise they will both arrive at the same time, or 900 I believe. So I will set animation of points, change the animation of points to flash and click on OK. And then when the animation is finished, add a condition. When the animation is finished, animation finished for points, right? Animation of points is finished, then set animation to default. There it is. So it should work now. Let's test it. So yeah, it's working. So yeah, that's good enough. So that's what we will, I think I will stop here now. So that's what we will do for today, and tomorrow we will do something more. And if you are enjoying this series, consider joining me tomorrow as well. Thank you for watching.